Yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome back to the graphic design training. I believe we're doing great today. Today, I want to show you how you can make a church program flyer on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab. In this tutorial, you are going to learn an amazing tricks on how you can make a church flyer. As I said, I'm going to show you some of the tricks that you can use on your PixelLab as usual that can make you to make a captivating and awesome church flyer on your Android smartphone. In this tutorial, these are the highlight of what you are going to learn. The first thing you are going to learn, as I said, which is the major, at the end of this training, you'll be able to know how to come up with any kind of a church flyer. The second thing is I'm going to teach you how you can use a mask, blend it with a particular shape, and customize your text on this particular tutorial. And you are going to learn how to combine fonts and how you can use just two colors in making your church flyer. We are going to learn the principle of alignment and hierarchy as well. Kindly stay tuned and watch from beginning to the end. I won't take much of your time. At the end of this training, you will add more value to your own skills. Without wasting much of our time, let's get started. The first thing I want us to do is to determine the background size. So what I'm going to do next is to just come here. Then we have 945 by 1024, and you have this particular size. Or better still, you can decide to have 725, let's see, which is a kind of it look to be bigger, a square, a A4 size. After getting that, then the next thing to do is to come to the color. Just change your color to white. So after that has been said, then you're heading directly to our gallery first. So getting to our gallery, we are going to import um this particular image here. So we're going to import that. But the first thing we need to do is to just erase them one after the other. So just come to your eraser. So I need to remove this because it is not necessary. So after that has been removed, this one will depend on my text. But I'm going to show you amazing tricks here. So after getting this, setting it up, make sure that you position it to the center. Don't let it be moving to one side and another. So the next thing you are going to do is to just click on the text area. Then we are going to put the name of your church. So the Holy Glory International. You can see, right? So we are going to use a text here. We check a font that we can use that will be able to go along with this. So let's try Anton. So we try Anton font. Then increase it a little bit. Go to the color area. Just choose this black color. Then you make sure that you position it to this particular area. Very good. Then there should be a breathing space. Okay, let's make it like that. Then after that, we are going to copy the text. Then we have church ministry. Church ministries. Excuse. Then after having that, we position it to the center as well. Then let it have a little space in between. Okay, very good. So after that has been done, you can hide this just to avoid distraction. Then we are going back to this shape. Then use your color picker, or for instance we pick this particular color if this can work. But if it doesn't, then you can use your color picker, tap a color from here which can be able to match. So it will match the color that we're going to use. So selecting that, then you reduce the size a little bit. Then use your relative position to the center. After that has been done, then you can go into the text area and you'll have your present. use a font called Archivo, or as a font family. So let's go with Archivo font, Archivo semi-bold. So make sure you select the right one. Okay, the right font, Archivo. So after selecting it, then we can now change the color. Since our background is somehow deep, then we can put a white color. Okay, perfect. So after that, we are going to space it a little bit. So space it a little bit, and you use your relative position to position it to the center. You can see it amazing. So after that has been done, then the next thing we are going to do, we are going to play an amazing tricks as I said. So we are going to release this. After releasing it, it's better we reduce the size a little bit. Okay, after reducing, we can still increase a bit. So position it to the center. So we move it down. Okay, cool. Then what we determine this will be now. So we position this to the center, and we are going to check very well. Sorry, okay, sorry. So we're going to check very well. So the space shouldn't be too much. Okay, after that has been done, then we can move this one here. So we are going to go to the shape area. Okay, or before that, let's go into the text area. Then we have Sunday, okay, in capital letter. Then heading back to the font, which kind of font can we use that will be able to work along well with this? Okay, so the font I want to use, so let's try Anton as well. So we are going to increase the size. If Anton will be too small, I'll prefer to use the Morganite font. So let's check the Morganite, then look at the extra bold, or we'll come here use a black bold. So okay, after that we are going to increase the size. Increase the size very well. So after increasing the size, it shouldn't be too big and shouldn't be too small. Okay, so we can position that here, or we'll make it to be around there. So after positioning it that way, then the next thing we're going to do is to go to the color. Then we change this color to white. After that, go back to the shape area. Then we are going to give this shape a black color. Then we'll position it under this just to cut out the shape. Then we are going to see the amazing tricks I'm talking about. Send this to the back, hide this for a while. So after you already send this to the back, then the next thing we are going to do is to make sure that this is properly aligned. Then we can try at least to use our tricks. Use your relative position so that you can be justified, but it doesn't work, you can adjust manually, but make sure everything is really aligned and justified. After that, you can cut out this, just cut it out. Okay, so after cut out, you might not know because of what you are using. Then the next thing you can do is to change the color. Change the color to white. Okay, you will see everything will actually plumb. Then how are we going to showcase? Then you bring this, you can see. Okay, very cool. So now that we have done that, then the next thing we can do is to merge this together. Okay, merge it together. I mean, just tag it, then you can move it up a little bit. Okay, you can move it up. Then if you discover that it's somehow cover, what we can do next is to move this one back. Okay, perfect. Then you can now move it to wherever you want to move it to. Very cool, right? So you can see, right? Very good. So now that we have this, the next thing we can do to make things work, we can now make sure that we lock everything. So after locking it, then the next thing we're going to do is to put in our write up. So let's say we have service. We have service. Sorry. Then we go into the text area. What are we going to do here? We look at the font we can use. So let's try out this calligraph font if we can actually work. So we want a font that will be very okay. So let's try at least to change the font here. So let's look at taking by feature. So let's look at how it looks. So this could be cool, right? So after that, we can now change this. Okay, after that has been changed, so we can look for other better font which you can use to make everything work out. Okay, I'm still searching for fonts. Can this work? Sorry, please. So maybe we should use this dancing script. So the two fonts was combined here. I use taken by feature along with dancing script. So I just highlight the one I want to change. So now that I have that, then the next thing I'm going to do is to just have this position around there, then go to where the color is, make the black color to be more darker, then click on plus sign and you make it darker. So now that we have the result around this neck, we are going to adjust it at later on. So now this is the area where this will be useful. So I'm going to copy this one out, then I will go to the erase color just back. Then what I erase next, I will erase the second one because I need to make use of this particular pattern. So now after that has been done, I will be able to position this around here as a kind of what? As a kind of decoration to make it look real. Then after that, I'm heading directly to copy this. So have it copy. Then we are going to change it to 20. Okay, we might not even do it, might decide not to use that. So let's say we have 20. It's better we use a Morganite. Morganite will be able to give us what we actually wanted. So we take in the Morganite. After taking in the Morganite, we increase the size a little bit. Have a position around there as a kind of a work. So when you position it, let it be at the center so that at least it will be able to work well. So after position to the center, just a little bit space. So after position to the center, the next thing we can do, we can now copy from here. Okay, perfect. Copy, then we change it to February. So we have a February. Then after you have a February, we can increase the size a bit for us to move it down. Then when you move it down, you reduce the size so that at least it will be fast in doing so. So after that, you can have your year. So let's say 2023. Okay, this is awesome. So when you have a 2023, you need a kind of adjustment to make everything work right. Okay, because everything must be in line, must be in perfect line, perfect shape. So we can adjust this to make everything cool. That is the essence. So we can adjust, and if it doesn't work, there is a way we can make it work. So you can come here, come and try something new. So we come here, let's try this Morganite. So adding a Morganite to this particular area could really make it work. So we try it and see. So position this here. Does it? No, it doesn't work. So at least we use the previous tricks that we wanted to use. So now we have this. The next thing we can do is to maybe we can reduce this a little bit. So after reducing it, we can now reduce this a bit too. So after that, this can be reduced as well. Okay. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. So now that we have all these things done, change the color here to make it more darker. So everything is actually plumb. Then we can go in here to the text area. So instead of us to even try at least worry ourselves, we can use this present, copy it, since we are going to repeat that stuff. So we have our address, so that is state number 34. So we have 34 Gain Street. Okay, Gain Street and Gain Street, Allen area, Allen area. Okay, Allen area, opposite Chad, Lagos State, Nigeria. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we can do to this is to make sure that we change the color and we'll make everything okay and perfect. So the space in between needs to be covered while we are going to reduce the size, and we have a position around here. Now, how can we put a justice to this? The next thing we can do to make everything work as we expected is to just add in a color first, make it deeper. Then after that has been done, we are going to move this one up first before we justify the top one. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to copy. Let's copy any of these. Just copy it. Then we have for more info, more info. So we are going to put our numbers to make sure that everything actually works. So we have let's put like two number. So we have 7034660781. Then we'll put the kind of hyphen 7 8116264170. Then after that has been put, we can reduce the size or make it sorry, so make it bigger. Then we are going to position around here. Then what we are going to do next is to position to the center to look at how it will it's shown. Then we have this around here, so you can close the space in between a little bit. Go to the color, make sure that you make it more dark as we said. Then you are going to merge all these three together. Then we are going to center it. So now that we are able to center, we can see that everything is actually cool. Okay, it's actually cool, right? So now we are done with our design, and you can see how cool this is, it how astonishing it is without any scratch. So this is just a simple tricks how you can come up with a church flyer on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab as usual. Thank you for watching. I believe we'll learn something from here. God bless you. So you can have your work save with Ultra with PNG format. Thanks for watching once again.